Hi there, welcome to the Peters Podcast. So, I'm going to talk about introvert and extrovert. I was going to talk about the Queen. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. The Queen passed away, and everybody has opinion over it, whether they're sad or not. And you know what? It's sad that someone died. It's sad what happened in the past. She lived a really good, long life, and she has the longest span of a monarch. That's all I really have to say about it. Moving on. Extrovert and introvert are characteristics of personality that have to do with how you socially communicate. Wikipedia says the traits of extroversion, also spelled differently, and introversion are central dimensional in some human personality theories. The terms introversion and extroversion were introduced by psychologist Carl Jung. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I'm going to think it's Jung. Yeah, so they are, why? So extrovert is, prominently, which one did I say? Extrovert is known as someone who's an outgoing and overly expressive person. And an introvert is someone who's shy and more into themselves. You can actually, I found out that you can have one trait while still being another. Like I seem like an extrovert where I'm very outgoing and I'm not shy whatsoever. But when I come home, that is where I need to recharge, and I like to be alone, and I don't like to be around people, and I'm very much like I come home from work and I'm just like I don't want to do anything, but I do this, which is easy for me because I like to be inwards, and yeah, so the social construct of extrovert and introvert, and then there's the ambivert, which they just put, and then there's omnivert. There's too many verts. So extrovert enjoys spending time with others. Ambivert enjoys others but needs alone time. So I would be kind of ambivert, but at the same time, I prefer to call it introvert with extrovert tendencies, because the introvert says enjoys being alone. Then there's omnivert, which I didn't know was a thing. God, there's too many goddamn charts. Fuck. Okay, I'm actually gonna look that up, because that doesn't make quite much sense, no, does it? Oh my god. I'm going on images because I just don't have the time. Someone who is an introvert and extrovert can be extremely introverted. Oh, so I would be considered omnivert. So I think what they're trying to say is like ambivert is more extroverted than introverted, but they're still both. Or omnivert is more introverted than extroverted, but they're still both. So I guess I'm omnivert. I guess would be the. I still like to say that I'm introverted, just because I'm very outgoing and I have jobs where I put myself out there. That doesn't mean that I'm more or less any different of characteristically that I'm any less a introvert. I'm not I'm a social butterfly, but I prefer to stay inside. That's why I stopped going to the bars. And I really wanted to talk about this because a lot of people like to a lot of people misjudge personality tests and personality traits. Like there's this one personality types. Is it the Myers-Briggs? Briggs-Myers? Yeah, so it comes down to the 4 letters of Myers-Briggs. So there's extrovert and introvert, whether you are inwards or outwards, sensing or intuition. So whether you're more feelings or predictive. Thinking and versus feeling, judging or perceiving, and these traits can often be very interchangeable. By that I mean they change on your age. So mine okay, I actually just fell into this rabbit hole now, and now we're here. So I believe and I 100% recommend doing this. The Myers-Briggs personality test. It's a gateway into learning about who you are, and I highly recommend looking at this. And I'm not just saying that. It's actually yes, I didn't believe it at first. I still have questions. I'm not very much a person who it's just using your senses. So I'm not one for I'm a skeptist, and that's why I probably got the ISTJ, which, if you remember, not too long ago, I said extrovert versus introvert. That's the first letter, so like E or an I, and then an S or an I, as in sensing or intuition, a T or an F, and then a J or a P. And I got the ISTJ from what I've read, which is known as the inspector, which is about true. I do like to look at the most logical conclusion to things. I overanalyze. I've had a couple arguments with people where I'm just like, I'm constantly questioning them to get the specific answer, because that is what I want, and I've always been that way. I've always been the one to like very much ask for the specifics in what I'm doing, because I don't want maybes or I don't knows. I want concrete. I don't like leaving things up to chance. Good personality? Isn't it good personality? Yeah, it can be. While the weakness is unwavering commitment of their duties, of what is right and proper. The downside is that they can be stubborn, inflexible, and dogmatic. I don't remember what that word means. Thank you. Inclined to lay down principles as in. Oh, okay. So, yeah, very. I'm very much stick to my guns kind of person, and I highly recommend doing this because it is. What's his name? Myers and Briggs test. It's a it's a good test to open up to. Is it the be all and end all? No. But it can lead to people being very there we go. Being very stoic, which in definition means a person who can endure pain and hardship without showing their feelings or complaining, which, yes, that kind of sounds like suffering in silence, but a member of an ancient philosophy is Stoicism. It can lead to this, which I think is a good thing. Stoicism is a school of philosophy that hails from ancient Greece. Does not tell me precisely what it does. So let me just find. Quit showing me fucking statues of creepy old men. These are actually people who have like social philosophy. A distinctive feature of Stoicism is its cosmopolitanism. According to Stoics, all people are a manifestation of the universe. And yeah. So it kind of goes along with like The Secret. The Secret is if you believe something to be true, like I believe that I'm gonna get far into YouTube, whether it be from the podcast or I actually get into gaming one day. And actually, rather than have upload nights, I can actually do something. If I think it to be true, it will, but I have to work for it as well. I 100% believe in if you work for something, it will be true as well. But this this is kind of where it goes into oh God, what have I done? Here, there we go. There's not just one personality trait, and that's why I'm glad they made like 16 for the Myers-Briggs. It's because it's more than just one. Yes, there's a distinct of 4 main ones that make up the world, but there's so many different people, and I don't yeah, I thought I got INTG. What the hell? It's just, there's so many different types of personalities that, to be very frank, it all comes down to humans can be morally unjust, and some people can be morally overly righteous, and I think both parties are, inadequate. They'll give you false promises and, try to make themselves feel better about themselves. But as long as we can all just kind of like go right into the middle, I think we'll be okay. This is a weird conversation for what I normally try to do. And to be very frank, your personality is not based on a test. I don't believe. Yes, you can find similarities within the test that you're given, but just remember that this is more of a stepping stone of learning about yourself. I think that people don't know enough about themselves that it's become an inexcusable problem that you should know at least the basis of yourself, and you should learn to love yourself by all means. Whatever that love looks like is not up to me. Your love language can mean hundreds of different things. And for those who don't know what love language is, I don't want the test, I just want to know what it's called. There's like words of affirmation, being told things like, oh, you did a really good job, or you look really nice today. That really goes a long way for some people. Mine, especially, is quality time. Being in the same room as someone, yeah, talking to them, um, sitting in silence, just spending that time um, is my biggest thing. Receiving gifts. I've had too many ex-girlfriends who really, really like that one. It's terrible. Acts of service. I know too many people who like that. Or physical touch. And I think mine is a balance between words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch. But I think that's realistically almost everyone is. But the main one is quality time. I like to spend time with people that, like, even if it's just a friend. I want. We live in a very antisocial world, and for me, to me at least, quality time is just um, quality time is just gone. It doesn't truly exist anymore. Um, Honestly, I'm gonna call this one the intellectual diversity or something, because with all this, it comes down to I really want to see people be more intellectually diverse with the personality and um, what they do. Because I do a lot of fitness stuff, and a lot of people think that because I'm into fitness that um, I'm not intellectually capable of having a long, drawn out conversation about the matters that are important and the matters that are intellect that are smart. Let's just dumb it down for some people, me, because I don't want to sit here and say the same word over and over again. So people think that I'm not smart because of it. They see me, who's tall, big, can lift heavy things, that I can't really be a smart individual. But this conversation has went from introvert and extrovert to love language, and I'm more or less trying to say that I will be doing more of these videos where um, it's not just about um, controversial things or funny things. It'll be about what what matters of communication should people have throughout their day-to-day life. Yes, personality is a huge trait that people should follow through with, that they should get to know themselves and learn more about themselves and not just follow a crowd of people, and definitely be more about themselves a little bit, not too much. A lot of people are being selfish. That's not what I'm saying. Just don't be. It's not a matter of being selfish. It's a matter of being self-aware. If you can be self-aware, then and I'm not saying the trope of taking hallucinogenics and going standing out into a desert. I'm more or less saying being more self-conscious of who you are, what makes you you. And if you don't know who you are, then best way to find it is to sit with yourself. What do you like? What don't you like? Because I know people who like certain types of music that I don't, and that's okay. but there's some music that I do like that they like, or there's music that I like that they don't like, and music can come in different forms. People can come in different forms. It's all in the matter of a perspective of knowledge, and it's really up to you on how you wish to go about your life. And I don't think that following a crowd, because lately everybody's just doing the exact same thing, and it's getting old, and not a lot of people are thinking for themselves. Instead, they're just it's a lot of word of mouth, and word of mouth can be good, but at the same time, it can lead to some terrible things, and people following a crowd and not realizing that they're pushing themselves into the slaughterhouse, in other words. Not to say that anything's going to really happen, but at the same time, it should be more apparent that, and by no means am I a psychologist. I'm just an idiot on the internet trying to, spread some positivity. However, this idiot knows well enough after, having a journey, after having years of experience, that you can't just rely on, if I follow this person to the ends of the earth, they'll lead me somewhere. That's not how this works. It's more or less that you also have to put in your own drives and ambitions. And if you're an introvert, great. If you're an extrovert, fine. If you're a free thinker, that's awesome. If it comes down to you're codependent on people, it's not really that healthy, but at the same time, you can possibly make that work. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm merely telling you you need to free think first. Free think about whatever you feel is best for you, and you should do it. So, my biggest recommendation for free thinking is maybe, if you can, go to near a body of water like an ocean or a lake. Just sit and watch the horizon. You don't have to go into the water. You could just look at the clear blue water and just look and just think. And maybe music, no music, listening to nature, walking through nature. What helped me was walking through nature, and then I took courses and did some counseling, and then I just began to do strictly nature walks and fitness. And I realized more and more about myself, and it honestly made me feel a lot better to know that what kind of a person I am. Is that, yes, I'm morally there, and sometimes no. I'm very much wanting to take the warning labels off of stores. But with all that aside, it honestly, this podcast has been, this episode at least, has been more of a critical thinking point of view of your personality, what you should and should not do, what you should do, like, share, and subscribe, and if you want some beard products, go down below. But on a serious note, definitely figure out what you can do to make yourself feel a little better, whether that's today, tomorrow, the next day. Figure out what it is that can substantially make you think a little bit more. Maybe read a book. I can't. Just do what you like and make sure to think about what I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, maybe do a comment or two. Tell me what you want to hear. And if you want some awesome beard care products, go to the description and click the link down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.